Hi, everybody. Welcome back. Let me get Triple L on the stage here. Sorry, I don't look the greatest, but it is what it is here. Hi there. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay, there you are. Now I can hear you. Okay.
Okay.
What?
Oh, I was trying to make sure the TV was turned down.
Oh, gotcha. All right. So we are back to discuss the case again of Sarah Grace Patrick, who is accused of the murder of her mother and stepfather in February of 2025. Um, she gained notoriety um, after what happened with them. She went on media, asked several TikTokers to, excuse me, cover their case. And then she was eventually arrested in July of 2025, so July of this year. She did have a bond hearing towards the end of the month. I can't remember the exact date. It was I think it was like August 20th or something.
I don't remember
Um,
either.
yeah. She does have an arraignment scheduled for September 22nd, so later on this month. Um, Today is Saturday, September 6th. It's about 11:05 a.m. Pacific Standard Time or 1:05 p.m. Central Standard Time, depending on where you're at and listening from. Today, we want to go over the main part of the live is going to be going over an interview that her aunt gave. Um, Her family is pretty well, I wouldn't say well, yeah, her family is pretty divided on her guilt and innocence. During the bond hearing, we saw a bunch of friends come out and support her, and church members come out and support her. They even wore T-shirts that said like "Free Sarah" or something like that, right?
Yeah,
Um, and
which is
then,
kind of weird. Like, I don't ever see that.
yeah, usually you'll see it in like more towards the trial. So the bond hearing was different. Um, and then, but then she had family members come on and say, otherwise they didn't support her. They didn't think it was safe for her to be out on bond, um, mostly due to her now 6-year-old sister being at risk for, like a manipulation by Sarah or being harmed by Sarah, because her sister, who was 5 at the time, is the one that discovered their bodies.
Yes.
Um,
Poor little girl.
yeah. But we also kind of wanted to discuss a little bit um, about. So, Triple L knows more about this than I do. Um, Sarah's has an ex-boyfriend that was recently arrested, and I do have his arrest record and a video to show. Um, and then there's also, wasn't there somebody else involved? Another,
Well,
another.
what the family member was saying that the the boyfriend that we see on the videos and all that, that they were
Hmm.
together at the time of the incidents, and that they hadn't been together for a while. But there's a older, she just said an older man that
Hmm.
she was dating, I guess, and that the family knew. He'd even been to church with them, but she wouldn't give out his name or anything because of the investigation. That's all
And
that I
that's,
have been able to find on them.
and you said that's in the interview that we're going to go over, right?
Yes.
And then, was there something else that you wanted to, something about
The garage
a
sale.
yard sale, garage sale?
Yeah, and she'll kind of go over that too, in the video that they, I guess everything was kind of a mess when the family went over to get what they wanted, sentimental stuff. And so they had to dig through bags and bags of stuff, and that all the, like, there was three of us boys there, I think, two or three. And then, um, let's see, it would be James's sister. And they wanted all sentimental things, that they were going to over there to get, like a hoodie, stuff like that. Well, Sarah was, only thing she was interested in was an unopened comforter, and that was it. Like, they had pointed out her mom's favorite shirt, maybe she should take it, make something, and she's like, "No, that's okay. I don't want it." And just weird stuff like that.
Or was a comforter like a blanket
Yeah, like an
that
unopened
she,
one that she was looking
oh,
for.
oh,
Weird.
okay.
And everybody else was there to
Um,
get like sentimental value stuff that they wanted.
yeah, so from what we were able to find out, her and her mom kind of had a like a tense relationship. So her mom and dad divorced, I don't know, 2016 or 17, something like that.
Yeah, it was
Um,
around that time.
they went through a bit of a custody battle. She mostly stayed with her dad, with her bio dad. Um, but in 2023, he she went and ended up having to go back and live with her mom full time. Her bio dad said that he just wasn't in a good place, like financially, to have her there. Um, on the last, but on the last live, like we showed, there's was some really just tense texts between. No, it wasn't text. It was like a Facebook post between her mom and Sarah, and like Sarah called like her mom by her name instead of calling her mom.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she really disassociated with that. It was weird. And then you see in like these TikTok videos, she calls her like mom or mommy. I miss my mom. I want my mom. But then you see that she calls her by her in real life. She actually calls her by her first name.
I think she's a
Um,
good actress.
yeah, yeah. So let me see what I can. Got a bunch of videos to pull up here. First, hang on. So I think we'll start with just stop, stop. Some TikTok videos um,
Okay, that sounds good.
about the boyfriend here. So
Okay,
I've
and I
got a
know that
few
he
here.
was like arrested on unrelated drug charges right after the
Mhm.
murders.
Yeah, I think it was in. What was it? I've got it right here. Actually, I'll do the article first.
But they're saying he's cleared, so.
Yeah, I think it was like the end of June that he was arrested, and then she was arrested in July,
Mm-hmm.
even though she had technically surrendered herself. There was an arrest warrant.
Right.
There was an arrest warrant, out for her arrest. So her dad brought her in, and they um, surrendered her. At where is this? Click this one. Investigators, but the point is, the investigators said that there was a mountain of evidence.
Mm-hmm.
I'm guessing mostly digital
Yeah,
evidence
they
against
said
her,
a mountain of digital.
and they said that they're not ruling out any other people being involved. So I'm trying
I
to
want
get
to
this.
know more about what was going on in that house, just out of curiosity.
I know. Oh my goodness. I have to give me a minute. I have to re-pull up that.
Like, I just want to know if some of the
Oh,
things that
there it
they're
is.
saying is true or if they're just making up stories.
Yeah. All right. So this is an article that I found about the ex-boyfriend.
Okay.
Um, or did you send this to me? I can't remember.
I don't know. I sent so many things, then probably all of it looks familiar, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So this is the ex-boyfriend,
Okay.
Jackson Spradlin. That's his mugshot.
He dodged
And
a
this is,
bullet.
mm, and I'm really curious because you'll see when I read this out, like, because they haven't found or haven't said that they have the 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 alleged murder weapon.
I know. That's weird.
Um, and I am some really my conspiracy side of me is kind of like, is it his? Just speculating. Oh, I need to add a ticker. Hang on.
Because
Hold on.
I
Where is
don't
it?
think that this guy is the one that was like not involved at all. He's the ex-boyfriend,
Hmm.
but I wish we could find out more on the boyfriend that was current at the time, but I don't even know his name. Can't find that either.
Okay, there's the
Supposedly.
ticker.
Got your ticker on?
Yeah. All right. So back to it. So James Spradlin, date of booking was July 2nd of this year, 2025. Excuse me. Sorry.
Bless you.
Reasons for booking. And this, by the way, is in Georgia. I don't know what VGCSA is, but it's Manufacturing Distribution Controlled Substances, Schedule 1 or 2. Manufacture, distribute controlled substances, Schedule 1 or 2. So he's got two charges for that. Manufacturing possession with intent, synthetic cannabinoid, pot, or K2FE. I'm guessing that's probably the strand, but I don't know. And then we
Synthetic.
have possession of a firearm or knife during commission of or attempt to commit certain felonies.
Oh, that
Same
K2 is that
thing.
bad stuff.
And there's like three of those, right?
Mm-hmm.
K K2 is not pot.
No, I think it's that synthetic stuff that they sell and it like makes you crazy, like hallucinate and stuff. I think it's not like
Mm,
regular pot. I think that's the bad stuff.
okay.
And
So he's got
something else,
that.
something else I
So
got
he's got,
across before I forget is that they didn't only find, or they weren't only doing green stuff in the house. There was the mentholatum stuff also. I don't know how to say it. The
the
METH.
math.
Yeah, I don't know if we could say that or not, but anyway, they said that there was some of that in the house also. But I know this isn't
Okay.
related to that. But while I was thinking about it,
Okay. So he's got three charges of this possession of a firearm or knife thing. And then also possession of a pistol or revolver by a person under 18 years of age for first offense. And then there's improper stopping on a roadway. um,
surely they got his gun or firearm and, you know what I mean, tested it.
so I just like, I hope they did like ballistics
Yeah,
testing.
surely.
Um,
Because they said they have ruled him out. So, oh, surely they did.
then I have this video, this TikTok from this one says, okay, is this the one?
Wow.
Da, da, da. Yeah, here we go. Stop, stop, stop. I don't like that it stopped playing. I click on it and I click on the tab
Uh-huh.
and it starts playing automatically. It gets really annoying.
Like it doesn't give you time to get over here with it on the
No,
screen.
no, I have to click on it and then go back to share the screen so it'll pop up.
Uh-huh.
It's like, oh, it just gets annoying. Okay, so this is a TikTok video of his talking about his arrest. Is there sound? Hello? Come on. Oh, are you hearing anything on this?
Yes, I hear it.
You can hear it?
It's playing and I can hear it.
You can hear it, okay?
Uh-huh. Where it said additional arrest.
My gosh, I couldn't hear anything, but you could hear it?
Oh, yeah, it's just playing music. It's not saying anything. It's like playing the music and you have to read it, I guess. That's kind of that video.
Okay. I couldn't hear anything. But let's Okay, ex-boyfriend. Sarah Grace Patrick. Some say that Jackson turned Sarah in for murdering her parents, and that's how he go back. You're going too fast for me, and that's how he was about to get out of jail. Number two, some say they're broken up, and she was dating another guy, but was still obsessed with him, and so there is another guy. We just don't know anything really about him.
Other than that he
But
was older. That's it.
and
Oh,
it'll be discussed in the next video. What?
oh, it'll be in the next video. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's his arrest record that we just went through. Three, some believe he was involved or knew about what she had done. The Carroll County Sheriff's Office stated that this was an ongoing investigation and additional arrests are possible as new information comes to light. And that just shows her and her mom and stepdad. All right, so there's that. Then I have another one. Been a while since I looked at this one.
I'm trying to watch this on my TV so I can see the screen good enough.
Ah,
I'm watching the TV because it's a
stop,
bigger
stop,
screen.
stop. You're watching on a bigger screen?
Yeah, I'm watching it on the TV, but I'm on the laptop, but I'm watching this on the TV too, so I can see. It's so
Mhm.
small.
Oh, yeah, I've got a thing from True Crime Lullabies she showed me. Okay, but I'm gonna get this one shared.
I'm gonna share us out on my phone while you're doing that to a few
Hmm.
people. I'm gonna share us out to a few people on my phone while you're doing that.
Okay. By the way, I like this girl. This is Heart of the Case. Anybody's listening, go over to TikTok and give her a follow. I really like her.
Did you find it? Or are you still looking? Can you hear me, Willow?
What's that?
Can you hear me?
I can hear
Okay.
you.
Well, you
What's up?
still. Oh, I was just seeing, did you find it? I didn't know if you were muted or something.
No, can you not? Oh, shoot, is it not? Oh my Lord. Didn't add it.
You were watching it?
Yeah.
You gotta share it with us.
Her brother
You
is
see
Patrick
how
King.
easy it is to have those things happen? Like watching YouTubers, I'm like, how do they not know? Well, when you're backstage and you see how things are,
Uh-huh.
it's like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, I kind of thought, well, maybe
Her
she's not aware that it's not showing.
boyfriend arrested and her best friend makes a comment. Welcome
Can you hear it?
Yes.
back to
Okay.
Heart of the Case. My name is Magda. Let's get started. Sarah Patrick has been charged with 2 counts of unaliving and 2 counts of aggravated assault in a connection with the unalivings of her parents, James' stepdad and Kristen Brock. The Carroll County Sheriff's Office announced that charges following an extensive investigation that spanned several months. From the very moment that 9011 call was received, a relentless investigation began, one that would span months, consume thousands of hours, and require the full weight of local and federal law enforcement partnerships. Stated a press release from the sheriff's office. The release cited mountains
Oh my God, I've had so totally change the subject, but I have so much coffee that I'm like nervy shaking.
How much have you
Ugh,
had?
probably 4 cups.
Oh my gosh.
Hmm.
I
of
don't
physical
drink
and
coffee
digital
because
evidence
it makes me feel weird. And then it's like you crash and you're like, ugh, you feel even worse.
Yeah, the crash is no fun. But
I
usually that's why by the end of the day, I'm like, okay, I'm done. I'm tired.
Yeah, I drink cherry Dr. Pepper Zeros. That's my coffee.
Okay.
and countless interviews as key factors leading to the charges. Hasley indicated that additional arrests are possible, though she could not confirm whether other family members were involved in the crime or its cover up. They have been nothing but cooperative during the investigation. Hasley added that Patrick's father accompanied her when she turned herself in. The 911 call was made after Patrick's 6-year-old sister discovered the victims' bodies. Hasley referred to the young child as the saddest victim in the case. Patrick
Really?
is currently being held on bail. In addition, Sarah's boyfriend, Jackson Spradlin,
That's
has been arrested
very
for
sad.
aggravated assault, possession of a gun, and or
What's that?
I said it's so sad. And then the little boy also, he lived there, but he wasn't there. But all of it's sad.
Yeah, and it was Wasn't it, is the little boy the kid that they had together
I don't know. I think it's his.
or his from a,
I think it's his. Because I can't remember now. I think it's his because it's not Sarah's dad, but it could be his from somebody else also. I'll have to look up that up. I'll look it up while you're watching that.
okay.
KNIFE during commission of the attempt to commit certain felonies, possession of a GON or revolver by person under 18 years of age, first offense. And adding to this heartbreaking story, some comments by individuals that know Sarah have been made on Sarah's TikTok page before it was taken down yesterday afternoon. One stated, she would get into multiple fights with girls on the bus and off, and she would always talk about her boyfriend and stuff, who I presume is also in jail with her. But besides that, I don't know much about her or her family, except that she has things going on clearly. Another person said this girl was hella weird. She rode my bus and she talked about things like
Hella
her
weird.
home life openly and her bad behaviors, like letting her little sister get happy on the green multiple times. I'm not surprised she's the one who did it. And another person made a comment. I saw someone comment elsewhere that her boyfriend was not allowed at her house. So I'm guessing he was the motive or may have been involved. Another comment that was made on Sarah's TikTok page by Sarah's best friend. Sarah is a very manipulative person. She is a liar. After I found out they were unalive, I called Sarah. To me, her story never added up, and she moved on very fast for her parents to be unalived. I never accused her because she was my best friend and I grew up with her. I want you to look at these posts made by Sarah after her parents were unalived, like this one here. You're just thinking it's a small thing that happened, with a picture of her posing in a mirror with a caption underneath. Hardest part is the fact it hasn't even been a month yet, and her birthday and Mother's Day and my birthday is coming up. Sorry for the same song twice. I can't get it out of my head. Or this one right here. I'd always think about how much I needed them. And another post made by Sarah, but at nighttime when there's nothing to do and the house is empty, while posing for a selfie. This is a post with Sarah's stepdad and little sister with the words, I tell you that I just want to go home. You can pause to read the rest. I will make another video with more posts and captions by Sarah that I took from her TikTok page before it was taken down. Please let me know what you think in regards to Sarah's behavior.
Okay,
The little boy was James' son.
doing son from a prior.
Yes.
Okay. Let me see what else I've got here. Sis. I got one here that another TikTok that the girl was friends with Sarah and knew her boyfriend. I get this one going.
Okay. She must have put a lot of effort into acting so different. You know what I mean? Like towards
That she did.
Yeah, she's like a Jekyll and Hyde, it seems like to me, almost.
Manipulative.
Yep. It's like
She
two
knew
different people.
how to play to people's emotions, how to, yeah.
Even her looks are like Jekyll and Hyde.
Yeah. She's a Jekyll and Hyde Pippi, right?
Mm-hmm.
Boyfriend went to school with her. I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about what I know about the case and about being friends with her and some things that you guys are getting wrong about the case. So, first off, Jackson
Forgot to check the date on this one. July 15th.
You might want to turn it up just a little bit.
and Sarah were dating back in 2023.
Is that better?
They broke
Yeah, that's good.
up
Okay.
and during winter of 2023.
Wait, what did she
So,
say?
first off, Jackson and Sarah were dating back in 2023. They broke up and during winter of 2023. Jackson had nothing to do with Sarah's case. Nothing. They just coincidentally ended up being
Nothing, guys.
arrested around the same time. It was not the same day. It was not a day before. It was 5 days before she got arrested. He got arrested for totally, completely different things than she got arrested for.
Yeah.
So also,
Completely
her
different.
boyfriend did not turn her in. Her dad brought her to the jail. She turned herself in because she had warrants out for her arrest. She was going to be found anyways, so she already went and turned herself in. Here's a few things about Sarah that would shock you for her to even do this, and this is why we didn't suspect anything about it. Going to school with her and being her friend, she was super sweet. She always wanted to be friends with people. As someone else said, when they were telling us about like them being friends, she would always give notes to people that were crying. She'd always come up to you. She'd always give you food. She just wanted to be liked, and that's why it was so surprising to us that she would even do this. Even though she did end up in mental hospitals, every time she would come back, she was a totally different person. She was nice. She looked better. She sounded better. She acted better. The only thing that caught my eye about her was that she was very much kind of, she always showed cleavage. She always wanted male attention, not hating on her and not defending her either at all. What she did was really wrong and really messed up. I'm not going to say what
Still
I
feel
think
sorry
about the
for her,
case
though.
because I already had my mind set when the case came out. I already knew who did it. Like, I just knew in my body, like, I had a call that I knew who did it. Honestly, it's high school, so
And
we
who
all know
did
how high
it?
school is going to be. So people are going to talk bad about people, and that's just kind of what happened with her. But I just wanted to give you my point of view of being friends with her and talking to her so that you guys could kind of understand why our entire town was shook when we found out she did it.
I don't blame you.
Allegedly, she did it, so we're still waiting on why she did it, or even if she did it.
I think we all want to know.
We know she did.
Hmm.
Anyways, that's it. That's all I have to say. But yeah, sorry if I talk too much.
I think we all
Also, not to
agree.
mention, this message right here,
So
that I put up
shocking.
on my hand, a little
So
suspicious.
she doesn't think she did it?
We all knew, baby. Like, we all knew.
Doesn't sound like it. So again, it's a friend, not a
Yeah.
family member. But she also, let out a little thing in there about Sarah being in and out of hospitals.
Yeah, I was like, what?
So let's see if there's anything else. Yeah. Let me see. I got a little disorganized here, so I'm trying to make sure I get everything here.
It's okay, you're doing good. At least you know more than I know about getting all that stuff together. I would be like, what?
Okay, I got another one here. This is from the bond hearing. This is a friend speaking out also. Stop. All right, so let me get this shared.
I wonder if she went to school looking like Pippi or the other person.
I think the other person, I would imagine her being all made up,
That's crazy what makeup
all
can
for
do, huh?
show. Yeah, I think it's all for show for her,
Oh yeah,
from what I've seen.
definitely.
So this again is at the bond hearing. So yeah, I mean, probably when the bond hearing was on the 18th or 19th, something like that.
Yes, ma'am. And is Peter your mom? Yes, ma'am. Now, I heard your mom say that you guys went to school together, is that right? Yes, ma'am. At East Coweta? Yes, ma'am. And have you gone to school together since then, or that was the last time you went to school?
I'm gonna say ninth grade.
Notice she's got "I Stand with Sarah" t-shirt. You see that? Huh?
Oh my gosh, sorry.
That's okay. This is
I forgot
what
my
they
microphone
wore.
was still on.
This is what they wore at her supporters wore at the bond hearing. This is an "I Stand with Sarah" t-shirt.
That's different.
I don't recall any family members wearing those t-shirts, but I could be wrong.
I think they were all just from the church.
Yeah, church or friends.
Yeah.
She started at East Carolina High School and then she moved.
And that when you know that's when she moved with her mom?
I'm gonna say yes.
Now, so that was ninth grade. But have you guys continued to be friends since then?
Yes, ma'am.
And when you say friends, talk to me about what that looks like. Are you guys talking on the phone? On
Via Snapchat sometimes. We would call and check in on her. I was never allowed over at her house.
but she was allowed at your house.
Yes, ma'am, I'd go and get her.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear
I would go and get her.
that. Okay, you would go and get it. So you have a car.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And you have a driver's license.
Yes, ma'am.
And we shouldn't be scared.
No, ma'am.
Okay.
I'm a great driver.
Okay. Now, so you guys have kept in touch over the years, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and when you guys keep in touch, what sort of things do you do?
Well, usually I go and get her, and then we go to the gas station, get something to eat. It's an hour 30 drive back home, so I'd blast music like teenagers would do, going home. And we go home, and I have a 2-year-old son, and we would play with him for hours.
Oh my
until he
goodness.
go to sleep. And then we watch movies.
Okay.
So we
Young mom.
Now, at any time have you, well, let me ask you, have you talked to Sarah since she's been incarcerated?
I have
And what have those conversations been like?
telling me she loves me. She's so thankful for me. She's excited to get to go on the jet skis again one day, have fun, be a teenager, and then we pray.
Now, are you attending church too?
I used to.
But you're not at Catholic church?
No, ma'am.
Because that's
It's far.
far.
It's far.
No problem. Now, were you in contact with Sarah after the incident happened?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you have any concerns about Sarah leaving or running or trying to get away in any way?
No.
Okay. Did she ask you to come pick her up and take her back to Alabama and hire her or anything like that?
No.
Okay.
So that's that.
Speaking of that last clip at the end, did you see that the verdict on that one on Edelson yesterday or whatever day it was?
Yeah,
Just her expression.
I didn't see any videos or anything. I just heard, kind of through
Yeah.
the grapevine.
You'll have to watch just that part of it.
Oh, I have already closed it out.
Oh no, another time. You'll have to watch it on your own. It's pretty funny.
I'm sure she's.
It was very dramatic.
Oh, I believe it. Let's see, what is this one? What's the date on this one? Oh, I think I had some that I kind of wanted to show that had some like pics of the house. So I wanted to show this other one real quick. That is back from August 21st. Another TikTok one. This is her dad and grandfather speaking out. Get this shared here. We showed in, I think it was or a live or two ago, that they are also they're also supportive of Sarah. Daniel, am I saying that right? I hope I am. Daniel is her dad. Dennis is her grandfather. Daniel is her biological dad. Dennis is her grandfather, which is her mom's father.
Correct.
And it seemed, from what been able to find out, by the way, that her mom and dad might have had kind of a bitter, tough relationship between the two. Yeah. All right, here we go.
Sarah Grace Patrick grandfather, Danielle Patrick, just spoke out online after her bond hearing. Her grandfather did as well. He admitted the past few days have been really tough, but what upset him the most was the people that are talking about their pastor, Pastor Ben. Danielle said Pastor Ben is a good man, and he simply told the court positive things about Sarah and her faith. He also reminded people that Pastor Ben offered his church for the funeral at no cost and shouldn't be attacked for testifying. Danielle also pointed out what he saw as unfair, the prosecution allowing a witness to bring up his personal family issues, like his own father never meeting his grandson, and even calling a woman to read a statement on behalf of a 12-year-old who never even knew Sarah. He said those parts felt unnecessary and hurtful. Still, Danielle believes the judge is fair, and he said that the attorney did an amazing job. He told supporters, "This isn't over. Sarah will come home, I promise." He ended by thanking everyone for their support, saying it is encouraging to see kindness online when there's already so much negativity surrounding the case. Now, as far as Dennis, Sarah's grandfather, he did an interview, another one with Law and Crime last night, and he talked about some of the evidence that he's heard exists. He talked about how the police basically grilled Sarah with all of this alleged evidence. He kind of claims there's no evidence that exists, but then he kind of contradicts himself by saying that they grilled Sarah with it. So he says that they found some sort of gun residue on something that belonged to Sarah. Now, keep in mind, we have heard in the past that a jacket was located of Sarah's that had gunpowder residue on it. He also said
Interesting,
that
huh?
Sarah allegedly Googled
That what?
Very interesting. The gun residue.
Yeah. Yeah.
or searched how to kill my parents or how to commit murder, something along those lines. And he says that that's basically all the evidence that he knows that exists. So that's kind of groundbreaking. I mean, we didn't know that Sarah had made any Google searches. All we knew is that it was digital evidence. So
Yeah, I didn't know about the Google searches either. I don't know if that's like word of mouth or what.
I don't know either.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. Don't forget that I have applied for that probable cause affidavit to have that sent to us, and hopefully maybe we'll hear something today. I personally doubt it. I don't think they're going to send me anything. I'm going to be real with you. But if they do, I will let y'all know immediately.
Yeah, I have the PCA, which we read out on the last live. It was bare bones. There's nothing um that there's nothing in there in regards to evidence. They're just list the charges.
I don't think we're going to find out much more of anything until the trial starts, don't you? They're just keeping such a
Right.
tight lip,
Yeah,
seems like.
gosh darn it. Stop it. Yeah, I'm sure they'll um yeah, it'll probably be pretty bare bones or quiet until then, or at least until the arraignment.
Right.
And I'll have something from True Crime Lullabies I haven't looked at, but I trust her completely. So let's take a look what this is, because she's also going to be sending me a bunch of court documents too.
It's nice of her.
Hmm.
I want to know what the evidence is so badly.
Right. So True Crime Lullabies. Please. Oh, I didn't. Why am I not following her on TikTok? That was weird. I follow her on YouTube, and actually, I don't think she's very active on YouTube, but I'm gonna put her link in the chat. I think she does a lot of TikTok more than anything. Hang on just a second.
See if
I don't know how to pin like TikTok links, but I can certainly do YouTube.
I don't know either. We're going to have to figure out that TikTok.
Okay, I'm getting her link here. Hang on.
See if I'm following her on TikTok.
I really like her. She goes into I've chatted with her on Tanya's chat. She knows her stuff. All right, so there's her YouTube link. And let's get this played here.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Gosh, I can't read it. It's so small. This has just gotta be
I swear. I think my girlfriend
I have the ability to
hates me. She thinks that I'm mixy in these streets. Even the beat like every single body slimming away, freckle face a little hottie, yeah.
I'm following her now on TikTok.
good.
Are you still trying to read that?
Yeah. This has got to be, I'm guessing this might have to be the grand jury indictment, just because after the bond, she wasn't indicted by the grand jury until after a couple days after the bond hearing. And this is dated August. Wait, no, I'm wrong. This has nothing to do with her. This is charges on the mom. TPOs, cruelty to children, and then a wedding before the case is resolved.
So said she tried to
What?
I know there was something about she tried to run over him with the kids or kid or something about that.
That her mom did?
Yeah, I think before they even got married. To James had filed that restraining order.
1, 2, 3, 4.
To James?
Yeah, he filed a restraining order against her for that incident.
Goodness. Well, that enhanced thing doesn't work.
I'm trying to enlarge it on my phone to see. I can't see it either.
This is family violence ex parte. So this has to do something with that. I'm gonna see if I can. I'm gonna have to look at it later on my phone, see if I can blow it up, and then if TCL, if you listen to this, can you just a reminder? I did email you. If you can go ahead and send those over, because also. There's no way I can see it, but this has to do something with that. And then, there was something. I think you sent me. You sent me another kind of conversation between her mom and her.
Yeah. I don't remember what I sent it
Let's
under.
see, let me get it pulled up because now that kind of rings a bell. It was a screenshot you sent me.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Let me get this shared.
I'll look up that information on that incident and stuff and make sure I have all the facts for next time. That way I'm not missing anything on
Yeah.
it. But I'll get all that ready for the next one.
So this is Kristen Brock. Kristen Brock was her mom. And Kristen, I don't know, like I don't know what kind of prior, what was being talked about prior to this. This was several years, if I can do math, about a year and a half prior to their unalivings. And it's a post, so I'm guessing it's a Facebook post, but it says, yes, or yeah, this hurts me, but it's gonna hurt her more. Jaylee, please pray for us and our safety. Please let me know if you see James Brock so you can warn me. He is trying to K me, has been to get the house
I was gonna
and
ask you,
child.
are you trying to share that on the screen?
Oh gosh. Again? Did I do that again? Dang it. Okay.
Yes.
Jeez, Heather. Okay. Let me go back.
It's okay. You're good.
I'm obviously not up to par today either, but it's all right. So to start
It's
over,
okay.
I mean, is this a Facebook post? Meta girl, middle girl? I don't know what this is. And who's
I can't.
Jaylee?
Not sure.
Do you remember? Is Jaylee the 5-year-old daughter?
Oh, yes, I believe so.
All right. So Kristen Brock, she says, yeah, this hurts me, but it's gonna hurt her more. Jaylee, please pray for us. Please pray for us and our safety. Please let me know if you see James Brock, which is the stepdad, so you can warn me. So he's trying to unalive me, has been to get the house and child. Man, wasted tears, now huge fears. And then, yes, today was a smack that I felt before I even saw, I don't know. So, yeah, as we're kind of learning
I think
things as we
whenever they
go
were
along,
like
there
heavy in
was,
their rug use, that they were doing kind of some just, there was some crazy stuff going on, it sounds like, during that time.
yeah. I mean, who knows? As we're learning things, we're kind of starting to, I don't know. Like, I mean, I know that she's a master manipulator. I don't know. I'm starting to think, though, that like there's somebody else involved, right?
Yeah, I think so
And
too.
there's got to be more to this story.
Like, I want to know that what is the why, like, there's something, there's more going on that we just don't know, obviously, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, like
Still
it's,
does, they didn't need, what happened to them didn't need to happen, but we got to figure out what's going on.
yeah. No, it definitely didn't need to.
Right.
But I also kind of wanted to show this. Like, I just have a hard time believing that somebody broke in the house. It's just,
Yeah.
you know,
Why wouldn't
and
they? I don't know. Yeah, I
I'm
don't
just
believe it either.
thinking an inside job.
Mm-hmm.
Now, prior I was like, she did it. She did it. It was all her. But now it's like, I don't know.
I kind of feel like somebody else also, and remember the last time we talked about like the incident that happened with the beating part of it doesn't sound like a female would, I don't know, do that. Do you?
I know. So that's what so like in the PCA, it says it lists out like her charges and one of them being um assault. with the pew pew, um, for the mom, I think it was. Um, but um, it didn't list that for the dad, I think, or vice versa. So it's
Yeah.
kind of weird. So they either, or I think so, but either way, they got physically assaulted by the pew pew.
Which was the word grape, right? That was in one of them and not the other, right?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean,
but
there might have been more too. I remember that word though, which was kind of weird. But
yeah,
I think it was listed
for
in the group
him,
of
yeah,
this or that. Yeah.
it was. So it's kind of misleading when you first read it, but then it's like,
Yeah.
okay. Anyways, but I wanted to show, so I bring that up because I wanted to show um what I was able to find of the door. Um,
Okay.
her dad, her bio dad said that he looked at it and he thought somebody broke in. I just don't see it.
Yeah, they're saying there's like a crowbar.
I just feel like it would have been um more off the hinges. Oops, God, I didn't want to do that one.
Too bad there weren't cameras around. But they said that they were out like out in the middle
And
of nowhere. Like their neighbors were very far and few between.
I have a video that I'll show. What is this? What is my computer doing? Share screen. Oh, there we go. To help give an idea. But I pulled this up off of Facebook just because I wanted to see the pictures of the door.
Let me know when okay, there they are. Just to make sure that we got them on the screen.
Yeah. And I think I can't remember where I pulled this one off of. Doesn't no, it's not gonna say. Dang it. And of course I closed it out, so hang on. Let me get it back.
I mean, it looks like there's maybe some disturbance, but I think if you were breaking in, it's going to be way worse than that, right?
I would think so. Now I gotta find that I just had up there. So yeah, I pulled it off of Facebook. I'm getting it pulled up here. One moment. I don't remember, to be honest, what group I pulled this off of. Let me see if it'll
Yeah, we've had
show me anything. And it was what I think. Honestly, I don't know. I think it was that main uh Sarah Grace Patrick one. Um, I'm not gonna. This guy wrote a book, basically, but I'm not gonna read it. I just wanted to show the pictures.
Okay.
Her picture. Okay. Getting it pulled up. So this is the door.
Yeah, just don't.
I can't make it any bigger. I don't think.
Oh,
Can I?
you
Oh,
can
maybe
see
I
it good
can.
though. I just don't see how you could get in. That just doesn't look like a break-in to me, but I don't know. I'm not an
I
expert.
don't. I mean, I just feel like this whole area right here, whatever, I can't think of what you call it. the siding on the door would have been, if you're using a crowbar, right? The door frame
Yeah.
would have been pulled out of alignment.
Mhm.
I mean, the door to me doesn't look like it's in the greatest of shape. I mean, you see, right? Like it's older,
But like
so forth. So, I mean,
there's still
yeah,
shit happening.
there's a deadbolt, like everything except for like this little whatever's going on here.
Yeah, I don't. That could be old.
I mean, that could be prying. I don't know what that is. I mean, there also could be like the siding, like you have like that black rubber insulation,
Mhm.
right? That could very well be it. Like, I just feel like if somebody took a crowbar or whatever and broke in, because can't exactly use like a credit card for that deadbolt,
Right.
that your things would be more
Yeah, I think there would just be more
damaged for sure.
damage. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. And then
things
the
would be out of
deadbolt.
alignment.
Yeah. No, this doesn't look good to me.
Wear and tear. I mean, I don't know.
I mean, somebody did something, but I don't think they broke in like that. You know, it could have been like just
No.
for show. But I don't.
And I'm going to be honest, I don't know anything about these type of locks.
Well, no, that's a realtor lock. Realtors put them on, or bank, like foreclose, like type things, because they all have the code, and there's a key usually inside of it, right?
Yeah, I
mean,
don't
know
know,
realtors
but
use those, and there's a code, and like all the realtors will know the code, and to show the house, and there's usually a key in the lock in the box. That's that box.
does it
But
prevent the handle from moving? Is that how do these locks work?
I guess so. Yeah, it keeps it from turning. I'm assuming. But yeah, you can't get in unless you do a code.
But they had the house for a couple
But
of years.
you'd use the code and then you get in there and the key is in there. So I don't know if the knob will still turn. You just can't. You know what I mean?
Oh, it's a lockbox.
Yes.
Gotcha.
And I've always seen
Okay, that makes
realtors
sense
use it.
then.
So they probably put it on after the fact, like to secure the home. Like they probably weren't using that for every day. That's my assumption.
It's possible, like Ellie
Yeah.
put it on.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking to secure it, But we don't know for sure. But
No.
normally realtors use those.
But then you see these lines, right? Are
Uh-huh.
these scraping lines from that box?
Could be.
It's the
It's right
swoosh, right?
Yep. I bet that's what that is.
And banging around there.
On the picture, is that white, like paint underneath the gray, right under the box?
Right
At
here.
first, I thought somebody had like pointed out, but I think it's like chip paint, right?
Right here. I think
Yes.
I can't zoom in. I don't think. Can I?
I think it is because I'm looking on the TV and it looks. First, I thought like it was somebody had wrote, like circled it or something, but I think it's chip paint.
I think it's just chipped. I kind of feel like it might be indented,
Yeah, yeah, that's what it is.
but well, let me zoom in.
That's
No,
what
it's
it
not going
looks
to let
like.
me. Oh,
It doesn't seem like that's a break-in
I mean,
to
it
me.
could be, but then it's also like, you know, right there is worn out. But then there's also paint, right? Right
Yeah.
here.
Mm-hmm. I don't
Just
know.
all that
It
looks
just,
like it's got a silver shine to me.
yeah,
Like it's
chipped.
just worn or whatever happened, who knows.
Yeah. And to me, it's like if you broke in right through there, how would the deadbolt come through the open? How would you get it open with a deadbolt?
Right. Right.
You would have damage right there.
You wouldn't. So, because this would still be locked, right?
Mhm.
So, I mean, the hinges are not the hinges, but what did you call it again?
Deadbolt
This,
or the door frame?
the door frame is completely intact.
Yeah.
Of
Unless
course,
they
we
didn't
don't
have
see
it
the other
locked.
side.
Right.
So, but just analyzing from what I was able to find on that side, like it's
That's just
intact.
our unprofessional opinion.
Yeah. Okay. So, and then I've got this other TikTok video that just kind of shows the crime scenes.
Okay.
Um, and then we'll get into the interview with the aunt. I am running out of steam here a little bit.
Say it again.
I said I'm starting to run out of steam a little bit.
Oh, well, whenever you're ready to quit, you quit. We're
No,
on
no, no, no,
time
no.
crunch.
No, we're good.
Okay. You can start it and then go take a little break if you need to.
I'm gonna have to after this. I'm gonna start um the other video.
Okay.
Okay, it's on. It's on screen. Yay!
Yay.
All right. So this is the front of the house. Yeah.
Believe
Look at this.
orchestrated this and committed this horrific crime.
The Carroll County Sheriff's Office says that person is 17-year-old Sarah Grace Patrick, arresting her for the February murder of her mother and stepfather, Kristen and James Brock.
We're still kind of putting all the pieces of the puzzle together, but I can tell you what led us here today, and that's the evidence that Sarah killed her parents.
Patrick is charged with 2 counts of murder and
So
2
there's the property. God, it's so small.
Yeah,
Let
that's
me.
middle of nowhere, looks like. Well, in their little area.
Trying to see if I can get a zoom.
counts of aggravated assault for the past.
I'm guessing this has got to be the cop cars. I can't really see the house. Can you?
Not on that picture. I can't. Is it a picture of the house?
It's showing the property.
Okay. Yeah, I can't see.
Okay.
5 months, investigators
but
worked with the FBI,
trees.
Georgia Bureau of Investigation, and private forensics labs. The Sheriff's Office Public Information Officer Ashley Hulsey didn't single out a key piece of evidence or turning point that led investigators to the team.
I believe in the beginning of any case, everyone's a suspect. However, as an investigation continues and everything ebbs and flows, like I said in my press release, mountains of evidence has gotten us through here today.
The double homicide was a shock to the community, drawing attention and calls for justice on social media.
In a world where television,
You know what I just noticed?
What?
Do they have different doors? They must have like a front door and a back door. This is a different color door.
That's the front door, and that was the. Yep. You're right. I wasn't even paying attention to that.
Under an hour. The truth here is much more complex. Real justice takes time.
Do you believe that any of the other family members knew about this?
Hard to tell. I can say this, that everybody that we have talked to through the course of the investigation that are family members have been nothing but cooperative.
Hulsey says the department's prayers go out to the family, especially the couple's now 6-year-old daughter who first found the couple. Patrick then dialed 911.
A mother and a stepfather will never be able to raise their children and the little girl that was in the home. To me, she's probably the saddest victim in all of this.
The sheriff's office says the 6-year-old is now living with other family members. As for the investigation,
her
that is not
mother's
over.
involved.
Investigators say
What's that?
I hope her mother's involved in the picture for the poor little girl. I mean, the boy. Never mind. I'm thinking of the
I
boy.
was like, wait a second.
Sorry.
I'm sure they are.
It gets kind of confusing. Never mind.
It's a blended family. A lot of kids involved.
Yeah.
more arrests are possible. Live in Carrollton, Gilad Mohammed, 11 Alive News.
Yeah, this is really tough for the entire family, Gilad. Thank you. Now, the sheriff's office is still looking into what was happening inside that home, and that may have led to this tragic outcome.
Yeah, we don't know yet.
I would like to know.
All right, so the last one I have here. So this is the main part of the video that we wanted to really discuss. You know, in the beginning, we kind of discussed a little bit about what we knew, a little bit about the ex-boyfriend. Very, very little information.
Right.
And then her aunt gave an interview on YouTube to, and I'll be sure this. To Hidden True Crime. I really liked her. I found her during the Delphi case.
I love her. I started watching
Yeah.
her when the first Daybell trial, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. She does boots on the ground coverage, especially during Delphi. You know, since there were no cameras, she was.
And she's an actual reporter, journalist.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, she's
Yep.
I really like her.
Yeah. And her husband's like what did her husband
He's a psychologist.
Dr. John Matthews, forensic psychologist. Yep. So they're just a wonderful duo to watch. But yeah, so she put her expertise to use and interviewed Sarah's aunt here. And I'm gonna let this play. And I need to get up and take a stretch break.
Yeah, go stretch your legs.
Very important person here. Sitting down for your first interview, Kristen. I'm with Kristen Dowda. Kristen is the niece of James Brock, also known as Jamie Brock. Jamie and his wife, Kristen, not to be mistaken with this Kristen, the Brocks, who were married, were murdered on February 20th. And since that time, earlier this month,
he looks way different in that picture.
Or Kristen's daughter, James's stepdaughter, was arrested.
James does?
Sarah Grace Patrick.
He's a lot
for murdering the couple while they slept.
Younger.
Investigators say there's a mountain of evidence. Sarah Grace's family has spoken out, and her grandfather says she's innocent, doesn't believe that she did this, after crying in a eulogy, after going on TikTok, sobbing and saying that she misses her mother. Her family is now saying she is innocent. But now here, for the first time ever, I have someone from James's side of the family.
Did you get caught unprepared for the elements? You need the Bearskin Tactical Hoodie 4.0. It's the ultimate 10-pocket utility hoodie for fishing, golf, hunting, camping, boating, or conquering foreign lands. It's the must-have travel layer for cold mornings and chilly evenings when you're away from home. And when it starts raining, you can attach the packable heavy storm rain jacket and pack it away in its own stash pocket when the storm is over. Choose between the original 340 GSM bearskin or the brand new 210
Normally Willow
GSM
would
midweight
fast-forward this,
bearskin
but
for
she's
milder
taking a little
days.
break.
Both are finished with chunky SAB zips and come in sizes up to 4XL. You're seeing this video because we want to offer you 60% off the Bearskin 4.0 with free delivery. And you may not see this video again, so click the button below now to reserve your order, or you can go to stopbadhoodies.com to claim your discount. Thousands of men already love wearing the Bearskin hoodie, with loads of 5-star reviews on Trustpilot. Because honestly, your average kangaroo hoodie these days is big, baggy, and useless, like wearing a trash bag with a fanny pack. That's why we built the Bearskin hoodie like a tank, with the ultimate combination of strength, storage, and breathability. And with the improved winsulation technology on the waist, arms, and hood, you can customize your insulation to match the weather. Finally, the ultimate 3-in-1 travel jacket for men who choose to be prepared without being weighed down. Just like you, we hate carrying man bags, duffel bags, or messenger bags to keep our valuables safe and dry. Because hey, you're not a messenger, you're a man. That's why this is the world's only outdoor utility hoodie with 10 pockets to keep everything on you and nothing flapping behind you. So, does the Bearskin hoodie actually look good on a day-to-day basis? No, it looks fantastic. This is a hoodie you can take out into the wild, wear at home, or on the plane, or while you're climbing up a glacier on your hands and knees. With a fully adjustable design, you'll get that perfect square profile that's never too bulky or baggy, with a customized fit that's tailored to you. That's why everybody knows that guys look better in a bearskin. You see that material? It's called Bearskin Microfleece. That's because it's made from real polar bears. Not really though, but it's made with double brushed microfleece that's warm enough for crisp mornings and breathable enough to wear all day. So, if you're ready, go to stopbadhoodies.com or click the button below to activate the 60% off deal.
Okay, if there's one AI site builder you need to meet, it's this dope tech from Wix. Now, this whole flow is a conversation, so your words actually build your website. I'm going for a store, and after a free-flowing conversation, I get this detailed site brief. And just like that, my first draft is ready. Now, that's dope. Next, you can really get in there and style it your way. Here's the fun part. You can regenerate this whole thing over and over, or you can tweak something specific, like your layout. Let me describe what I had in mind. Yeah, that's fire. If there was ever a time to speak life into your dreams, it's right now using the Wix AI website builder.
To share their version of what they believe happened, speaking out for the first time. And Kristen, I know you are nervous. I know you have notes. I know you have important things to say today. And so I want you to know right now that this interview is for you and for your family, to share what you want to share, to have your voices heard for the first time. And for those that are just learning about this case, we have an entire backstory here at Hidden True Crime that will be linked in the description of this episode, as well as in comments here on YouTube. And so, Kristen, first off, let's just start from, I think I have one main question for you because of recent interviews with Sarah's side of the family.
I'm back.
Do you believe that Sarah is innocent?
No.
Do you believe that Sarah killed your uncle and his wife,
Oh,
Kristen?
I do. Yes.
Okay. Why do you think that?
It pretty much from the beginning, honestly.
With Sarah's.
Did I miss anything?
No, it was stuck on the commercial the whole time you were gone.
Oh shoot. You know what, y'all, I'm sorry. I'm limited income, so you know,
It's
I can't
okay.
really afford much. I'm just telling anybody
Yeah.
who's listening. Um, so I've looked into YouTube Premium so that you don't get those commercials, but um, I think it's like starting $15 a month, but when you have a limited income, it's something I can't really afford.
Yeah.
And StreamYard is like super expensive, but it's something that I would rather have than, you know, doing straight from YouTube, which just was so confusing to me. StreamYard's so much easier. So it's like, okay, so which one do I
Right. How much is the
pay
StreamYard?
for? I'd rather pay for the StreamYard.
How much is the StreamYard a month?
45.
I'm still on my free, whatever. I don't remember if it was a week or a month. I might need to check.
Oh yeah, your free trial, or I
But
think it
yeah,
is a week.
you gotta have it, you know?
Yeah. Um, oh, and by the way, I am cooking. I know I didn't tell you guys this, but I told Triple L this. Like, I'm so excited. Like, I'm making pork ribs in my cooker right now, and it smells so good.
Oh, you did get them in today?
I did.
Yeah,
They're seasoned pork ribs, and then I added Sweet Baby Ray's.
That's gonna
They
be
smell
good.
delicious. Yeah. Okay, back to it. I wanted to rewind a little bit just so I could hear what she had to say there.
Side of the family. Do you believe that Sarah is innocent?
No, I do not.
Do you believe that Sarah killed your uncle and his wife, Kristen?
I do. Yes.
Okay. Why do you think that?
It pretty much from the beginning, honestly. I think anybody that hears that she didn't hear gunshots, I think that it's been put out here recently that the house was unusual and the rooms weren't that close, but that's not true. The rooms were very close.
Yeah, so those who don't know, like they suspect that this happened. It was sometime, I can't remember the exact time, but it was like sometime after 10 p.m. that night in February. Um, or was it 1 a.m.?
That was one.
But then they weren't discovered, and the 911 call wasn't made until after 5 a.m. And you saw the size of the house. It's not a big house. You know, if somebody was breaking in, you would have heard it. You would have heard the shots. Somebody getting beat, by the way, with the handgun, the hand pew pew, excuse me. Um, you would have heard those things. That's how I feel.
If you could hear the heart monitor beeping all night long, you should be
And the
able to
heart
hear
monitor.
other stuff,
Yep.
you know?
And the heart monitor. Absolutely. Because, yeah, he was on the list for a heart transplant.
The house was small. The bedrooms were all located in one area of the home. And I mean, of course, I'm not out there with a measuring tape, but if I were to guess, between the doorway of Jamie and Kristen's room and Sarah's room, maybe 8 feet.
Okay. And not only gunshots, but also the heart monitor that woke up their little girl, 5-year-old girl, Jaylee.
Right.
Do you believe that was going off for how long?
Hours. Had to have been. But it's came out and it's public now that Jaylee not only heard the heart monitor, she heard the gunshots. And her room is next door to Sarah's.
So Jaylee heard the gunshots too.
Yes.
Can you confirm just how many gunshots or wounds there were? Because we have heard mixed.
Right. I can
information.
confirm exactly, but multiple. I mean, more than 2 or 3. I mean, so you combine the gunshots and the LVAD monitor going off. I mean, that's a lot of noise for a house that's small and the bedrooms are close together.
Right. And so in other words, she allowed, so if this is true and she is guilty of doing this, she allowed her sister, Jaylee, her half sister, 5 years old, to go and discover the crime scene.
That's right.
Forgot. I'm gonna add Hidden True Crimes YouTube link. I'm gonna pin it in the chat so you guys can go ahead and head on over there. And please sub up to her channel. I promise you, you will not be disappointed.
What does the public need to know about Sarah Grace Patrick that we're not hearing? Because again, we're hearing now that she's not who the media has painted, and that she is traumatized by losing her mother, and that she has cried and given a eulogy. What do we need to understand about Sarah?
I think we can start with the eulogy. It's public knowledge now that the investigators immediately thought it was a red flag that she said, "I'm sorry" at the end of her eulogy. That video has been out since, I'm pretty sure, the day after the funeral. Her dad posted it. It's been public this entire time. But what people don't know is that after she got done and the funeral was over, she went one by one to everybody in my family, everybody that knew James, and also hugged us and said she was sorry, which is an odd thing to say when your mother was murdered. You know, we don't know exactly what she meant by that, so I'm not going to say that I do, but if it's weird that she said "I'm sorry" in the eulogy, it's very weird that she went around and said that she was sorry to people who lost, and we did. We lost an uncle and a brother and a friend, but she lost her mother. We were sorry.
That is interesting, because an investigator has stated, people have pointed out that at the end of her eulogy, Sarah said sorry, but some people thought that meant sorry she was crying. But you're saying that the sorries continued after the eulogy.
Absolutely.
To many people.
Not only did the sorries continue on the day of the funeral, the sorries continued to my mom in particular, and I can speak for my mom. That's why I'm here, is to speak on behalf of our family. You might see my face, but this is from everyone. But she continued to call and text my mom for 5 months, multiple times a week, to tell her that she was sorry that Jamie was dead, and she was sorry that she lost her brother
either.
And I mean, she manipulated and lied to my mom.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know either.
Sorry. Like, to everybody. That's
Just a
weird.
random.
Yeah.
I mean, her dad said that she would say sorry all the time.
Yeah, but going around and saying it to everybody, it's just kind of weird.
Just saying it at the funeral was out of place. It was kind of weird.
And torture her for 5 months.
Did you suspect her? Did any of your side of the family suspect Sarah Grace as being responsible for this, or did your mother, James's sister, believe her?
Nobody believed her.
Really?
I don't know anybody that believed her. And I can't speak for her family. And I won't say names because it is an ongoing investigation, but I can say that multiple members of her family told my mother that Sarah was involved.
And so what does that look like when you say involved?
Triple L, can you say again how she's related?
She's James's niece. Her mother's James's sister. Did you hear me?
Yeah. Okay.
Was she acting on her own? Did she pull the trigger? Was this a conspiracy? What do you think happened?
The theories, I don't think any of us have a solid theory. I mean, maybe now, but then we didn't think it was possible that she acted alone. And I still don't know that she did, because it just seems odd that she would be the one to pull the trigger.
No gun found in the house?
No.
Yeah, and Jamie and Kristen didn't own a gun. Is that correct?
They did not own a gun. If there was a gun in that house, that would be shocking to me.
Yeah. What kind of person was Sarah Grace that you guys would suspect her? Because we've heard that she was smart, that she was going to go to college and graduate high school and make her family proud. That she was beautiful, that she had her life put together. Are we not seeing the same picture that you guys are seeing of her?
I can't speak a ton of it on her. I wasn't around her a lot, but I'm not here to tell a story. Every time I was around her, she was very sweet. She was very, open to talk to whoever was around. She struck me as a sweet girl. She did. But I didn't live in the home with her. And so, Jamie has said multiple times that you don't know the real Sarah. He didn't go into detail because, to be honest, when he would tell my mom that, she would be like, "Oh, Jamie, you've never raised a teenage girl before," and you're not supposed to think anything more of that. But he said multiple times, she's not the sweet Sarah that you guys see. She's not who she puts online. You don't know the real her.
That is interesting. So that is from your Uncle James. Wow.
Yep.
About his stepdaughter. Tell me about your uncle. You shared a voice message with us from your Uncle James. It was really sweet. We shared it in our backstory.
Right.
Tell us a little bit about who he was and how you want to remember him too.
Yeah, I guess when you hear that I'm the niece, you think, oh, everybody has an uncle. They are not close in age. They're not that close. But that wasn't the case because he and my mom have an age gap. So we grew up in the same house together. My mom and dad were divorced. We lived with her mom, and so did Jamie because he was a kid. And so we grew up in the same house together. And, we eventually, moved out of that house. He got married. He had kids. But after he was divorced and everything, we were in a point in our lives where we were both, didn't know what we were going to do. And so we got a house together. We lived together as adults, and so we were very close.
Aw.
We always stayed very close.
A really good guy, right?
Right.
A lot of people have a past. Your
She
uncle had
seems
a
like
bit
they
of one
were
that
really
people have shown
close.
online and tried to, I
Yeah.
would say, paint him in a picture that maybe isn't completely perfect. But no victim is perfect. I want to point out there's no perfect victim.
No.
But he was wonderful. He was loving. He was good. So you were his roommate.
Yeah. Yep.
You would know
Um,
better than anyone.
And about the past, like you said, everybody has a past. It's not every day that your posts from Facebook get brought up for the world to see from 5 years ago, 8 years ago. It doesn't matter. That's not a normal thing that happens. Everyone, has fights on the internet or, whatever. But, as far as the case goes, that has nothing to do with the case as far as we're concerned, because we're confident that the investigators have looked at every avenue. They know their past. They know they know everything. We weren't trying to not say anything. If we could help, we wanted to help. If this could help find who did it, we wanted everything to be explored.
Yeah, absolutely. But you mentioned your mother suspecting, everybody suspecting Sarah. Did you also suspect her despite wanting them to search, every lead they had? Did you suspect?
I did,
Sarah?
yeah. We all did, but we weren't stuck on it. We wanted to make sure that everything got looked at. If it wasn't her, if it was her, it doesn't matter.
And was that more because of the circumstances, as you point out, the house layout, how there's no way she couldn't have heard something? Was that why, or were you also thinking, wait a minute, I've heard there's more to Sarah Grace?
At first, yeah, the gunshots super weird. But yeah, it goes back to Jamie saying that about her, but members of her own family said it after the murder, and that says a lot to me because, if I was in that situation, I don't think any of my family members would have said that about me. So if you're going out on a limb to say that about your close family member, I think that speaks volumes.
Yeah.
Take us back to February 20th, if that's okay. When all of a sudden you learned the news, where were you and what was happening on your end?
A normal day. I was at home. So my mom got the news first. Her husband is in law enforcement. So he actually came home to give her the news. And then he called me to tell me that, I needed to come there and what had happened, which at the time we didn't know. It wasn't immediately told to us that they were killed.
And how did you finally find out then?
It was several hours later that they actually gave us what had happened. We just knew that they were both deceased. So, that gave us hours to wonder what in the world happened, how is it both of them, but the kids are okay.
So were you in touch with Sarah during
I'll
all
be
of this
right
or
back,
no?
okay?
Just not, because I know you didn't know her that well.
Okay.
Did you hear nothing?
No, we made sure to ask that they were okay and that they had somewhere to go and everything, but no, we didn't talk to her at that time.
That must have been heart-wrenching to hear about your uncle.
Yeah. Yes.
Do you feel since the arrest that perhaps they will see justice?
I think so. I think I think a lot of people are saying that it took so long and they just had to make a move, the investigators, to make an arrest. And I don't see that at all. I think that I think it's a good thing that they took so long, because to me, if you are going to have 4 warrants, 2 for murder, and have a judge sign off on that to arrest someone, I feel like that's pretty solid. They did their due diligence in getting the evidence that they needed.
Absolutely. You mentioned too that you're speaking up now, not just for yourself, but your whole side of your family, for Jamie.
Yeah, and like I said, I think what the Ellie also said when especially when they gave their press conference in July, that they have a mountain of evidence, and it's like a mountain of digital evidence. And I don't doubt it. She's the one that went to TikTok and asked TikTokers to cover this case. And she went on TikTok after what happened, like putting on a show. It was a lot of acting, and that's my opinion.
Side of the family. Why are you choosing to do this now? Can you share your why this was so important to you, your mother, and the side of the family for you to finally speak out?
I mean, it's like this anytime, but when something like this happens, everyone speculates. And when you only hear, from one person or from one side, that it gives fuel to the fire. So after the arrest, we were told by members of Sarah's family to not post, to not do interviews. We were asked to take down anything that we had put up about Sarah being arrested.
But yet, her bio dad and grandfather went on to Law and Crime and did interviews.
Arrested. At first, we didn't take anything down, but we had no intentions of doing an interview. If they're not going to do it, we won't do it. It is still an open investigation. We can only say so much anyway. We can't give everybody on the internet that is asking questions the answers. We just can't. But when it came out that her family was doing interviews, then I think that every side needs to be told.
I completely agree with that. Every side does need to be told. Absolutely. So do you think that was to maybe keep you guys quiet a little bit? And so you're saying it's time for us to, share our side.
I don't know what the motive is. The only real motive is it's public. It's in the interview that her grandfather did, that he's hoping that someone steps up to be her lawyer. And that's his right to do whatever he wants to, but that doesn't mean that we need to stay quiet.
This is the quickest way to clear out stuck poop.
The #1 food for
while they were looking for the killer of Kristen and James, your mom was out there actively posting, requesting help, getting the word out, right? Because that's what you have to do when tragedy hits, when true crime hits your family unexpectedly. Nobody ever expects to be victims of true crime, right? It happens. Your mom was a very active participant in getting information out there and asking for help and begging for help. And one thing that people pointed out while Sarah Grace was very active on TikTok crying, was she joining with your mom at all to try to say, let's look for answers? Like, was this a united effort?
So they were in contact. Like I said, she talked to her all the time.
Was it her mom that went onto that was at the bond hearing that gave like a really emotional testimony?
It probably was. I don't know for sure, but I bet it was.
I kind of have a feeling that it probably was too.
Yeah.
And so when I looked at this, so the bond hearing, like I said, was, 18th or 19th of August. This interview was done July 14th. That helps.
But as far as, my mom probably posted every single day. She was absolutely relentless, and never once did Sarah just repost her TikTok. Just something so simple, just push share. She never did that. She was active in the comments. She made her own TikToks, but never anything that was straightforward saying, help me find who did this. And what strikes me as weird is she didn't seem afraid either, because I might in that situation I may not have posted because I would be afraid that someone came into my house and killed my parents while I was asleep, apparently. But that didn't seem to be the case.
Yeah. Sarah's story, has it remained the same?
No, absolutely not. We have heard the story, and I'm not just speaking for me, my mom, her family, and perfect strangers on the internet have heard her story 1,000 different ways.
What's changed?
Anything and everything. I mean, if she could change it, she did. She went from not hearing certain stuff to hearing certain stuff. What she did immediately after, what they were doing before they went to bed. I mean, it's like she didn't practice maybe what to say.
So, okay. So yeah, pretending she didn't hear anything and then saying, no, I did hear the shots and the monitor.
Yeah,
Yet still letting Jaylee wake up and go find them. I can't get over that. That's like one thing I can't get over.
I know.
What do you think the motive is then? People are wondering, why do this?
Honestly, I don't. I mean, I have a theory I can't share, but regardless of what it is, if it's what most people think it is, I'll say that anybody that's ever been a teenager, you've gotten mad at your parents before. You have not liked what they said. You thought that they were the worst person ever. You were mad. Whatever. But what you didn't do was kill them.
One thing that's been talked about with Sarah is possible mental illness, because again, we see her on TikTok day in and day out crying over the loss of her mother and stepfather.
So that is something I kind of want to dive into and see if there's any information out there in regards to any kind of treatment that she may have received. I doubt, just because she's a minor.
Yeah.
And also because of HIPAA laws, that I'll be able to find much. But in the court documents, in regards to like their divorce and what her mom and stepdad went through, there might be some information there. So we'll see.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out.
Yeah.
Father. And so for those of us watching this from afar, we're gonna wonder about mental illness or what is happening, what this is. It's so shocking to see these TikToks and then find out that she's arrested for this crime. But I have a question, because Dennis, someone that has done interviews saying that he believes his granddaughter is innocent, said she has no mental illness. Can you help us understand what is true and what isn't? Is there mental illness that Sarah Grace was dealing with?
So this is a popular opinion on the internet. As far as I know, no, she doesn't. And her grandfather just went on the public record to say that no, she absolutely did not. So we have to tend to agree with that. I mean, he said that they were very close. I mean, he would know.
Yeah, he did say that. Yeah, he did. So,
oh shoot, I missed it because I was trying to find something about Sarah in regards to custody. What did they say?
I was paying attention. Oh, the mental health. The grandpa said that she does not have any
Oh.
mental health issues.
Well, the grandpa didn't know a whole lot of anything, really.
Yeah.
He said that they were very close. I mean, he would know.
yeah, he did say that.
Yeah, well, she
Yeah, he did.
manipulated him.
So, okay. So
My
no mental
opinion.
illness, crying on TikTok, giving a
very
eulogy. I mean, she's
much.
really well spoken. What about, the boyfriends or ex-boyfriends? There's been speculation online, a lot of it. So I have to ask about an ex-boyfriend and a possible older man. Was she dating someone at the time, or what was the situation there?
So the boy that's going around online that got arrested, to my best knowledge, has absolutely nothing to do with it. This was her ex-boyfriend. They had long since been broken up. At the time of the murder, she had another boyfriend that I don't know exactly how long they had been together, but they had been together long enough that Jamie and Kristen knew him. He had been to church with them, and he was at the funeral.
He was at the funeral while she gave the eulogy.
He sure was.
Wow. Anything else you can tell us about
Huh.
this man?
Can we find out what
I
seat he was
cannot
in?
speak on him. It is still an investigation that
Find out what?
Can we find out what seat he was in? So we can be nosy and figure out who it is.
Try, but if there's no name,
I know.
um, you know, you run that risk of like putting a completely innocent person out there, and I don't want to do that.
Right.
Unless he's named somewhere in a court document, and you know, maybe you can see on a list of guests. Who knows?
Yeah.
Otherwise, you have to be really careful.
Right.
it's ongoing. So I don't want to speak on him.
I respect that. We'll move on. I understand. And I respect the investigation and respect your boundaries during this interview. And moving forward, again, if there's something you don't want to answer, please just tell me while I ask away. Another question I have is this yard sale. There's been talk of a yard sale online after the murders that they were selling all of the belongings in the house. Can you help us understand what this yard sale was and what actually happened? Because there are a lot of rumors.
So the investigation went on for quite a while. They pretty much gutted the inside of the house. They were not kidding when they said that they did not leave any stone unturned. My mom was laughing because I don't know exactly what happened, but Jamie had done some deal where he bought, like, I'm not kidding, 500 tires. And so he had them all stacked up nice and neat in the backyard. They looked inside every single one of those tires. So it was a mess. So it was really do your best to come and find anything that you want. So, you know, Jamie has 3 older sons. They all came to find something of their dad's. They all had something in mind, and they had to look forever. My mom went to look. She had something in mind that she was looking for. And Sarah was there to get what she wanted. And while everybody was looking, just for example, my mom was looking for the one thing she wanted was a hoodie of Jamie's that she had sent him that had ramen noodles on it. Just something so silly, but that's what she wanted. That's the sentimental thing that she wanted. And his oldest son, Tristan, I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was like a can or something, like a monster can or something. It was just what they were looking for was absolutely just it. You wouldn't know unless you were them, you know. And
sentimental to them.
Exactly. And they found it weird that what Sarah was looking for was an unopened comforter. My mom found a really, like I said, it was really hard to find stuff. So my mom is digging. They're literally digging for trash. I mean, there's trash bags full of stuff that's their stuff and trash bags, you know, because they wanted to figure this out. They went through everything.
I don't know.
So my mom's, you know, knee deep in trash, and she finds this shirt of Kristen's, and she tells Sarah that, you know, look at this. This was your mom's. Like, this is so cute. And Sarah says that it's her mom's favorite shirt. And my mom said, oh my gosh, you need to take this. You need to make it into one of those teddy bears or one of those pillows, you know? And she says, no, you can have it.
Wow, that's telling. But she wanted the unopened comforter.
Right. There's another story just like that. My mom's best friend went with her to the house. I wasn't there. My mom brought her best friend with her to help her. And there was a piece of artwork on the wall that I'm guessing Sarah made, but I'm not going to say that for sure. It was a kid's artwork. And so my mom's best friend told her you need to take this. And she was just like, oh, okay. You know, I've been in that situation. So I'm not speculating. Like, you know, my dad passed and
Purple L, is it cutting in and out for you?
No, it sounds good.
Okay. Because StreamYard is saying an unstable connection, but I have full signal. Okay. All right.
brought home the weirdest stuff with me from his house, you know, just stuff that he had wrote on. And, you know, so the unopened comforter doesn't totally sit right with me, but, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting. Was Sarah protective of Jaylee? Like after the murders and before her arrest, was she concerned about her little sister?
I won't say that she was or she wasn't. I'm not very sure. I know that she saw her here and there. She saw her at the funeral and she saw her at her graduation. That was recently, but I really don't know.
Do you know how, and if you can't talk about it, it's okay. You know how Liv's doing? We're all so concerned for her well-being.
I mean, she's 5. She's happy most of the time, but it's
Yeah,
not
so
a
Jaylee is
secret
the little
to most people.
girl.
I'm sure
That's what I
traumatized.
thought.
She is, nobody should have to see that, and she talks about it here and there, but we don't. We answer questions. She wants to talk about her daddy, and about her mom. She does that, and she's comfortable doing that now. But she is traumatized from it. And we do get to see her. Her and my youngest son are besties. And she loves her Aunt Kim, my mom. So she's happy, but
Are you researching deaths?
There's a lot of dental offices
No.
that'll talk about doing their teeth in the day.
Don't
not
need
something
that.
she should have
Sorry.
seen.
Absolutely.
And she was
Yet.
So sad.
incredibly close to her parents. Like, I mean, she was with them all the time. She was the baby, Jamie's 3 of his kids were grown, married kids, everything. And then he has this little girl, his baby. And, she loved her mom. She did. I am not taking anything away from Kristen because she absolutely loved her mommy, but she was a daddy's girl. I mean, they were so close, and my mom would keep her overnight. She'd want to go stay with Aunt Kim and, play with my son. My son would go over there. And as soon as she would wake up in the morning, she would call her daddy without even telling my mom, be like, Daddy, I'm ready to see you now. And my mom would be like, Jamie, you don't have to come and get her. She can stay. I know you're busy. He had doctor's appointments and all kind of stuff that he was always going to. And he'd be like, no, if my baby wants to see her daddy, I'm coming to get her. So they were tight. They were very tight.
Oh, my heart goes out to her. It's just so sad. I think the thing that we can't get over, I mean, it's the thing I can't get over either, is just the crying TikToks, the eulogy. And they were real tears. We see real tears, coming. No, not real tears.
I
Nope.
think there was the interview with Dennis, the investigator, or maybe she's not an investigator, but she was the one that did the press conference.
Remember you see that one video where her mascara's all down? It's just so much mascara. How many pounds of
Put it on and then immediately got it wet, to make it look like that.
Yeah, but it was so much too. In my opinion, it was a lot.
Yeah, mine's never looked like that.
You can see that. I think it's in one of the lives that we did, last lives that we did on hers, where showed her some TikTok videos. I think just looking for sympathy. I don't know. But yeah, crocodile tears.
Yes.
Maybe a little wet.
And she was in this interview day before yesterday, whenever it was. And she said that it was a red flag to her, the eulogy, but that she wasn't there. So she didn't know if she was really crying or not. She didn't see it. I was front row at this funeral where I watched her do this with my own 2 eyes, and not a single tear was shed. And this isn't something that I thought about afterwards. This isn't something that I've gone back to the video and looked for. I was thinking it at the time. I was thinking, what is this voice that she is doing that sounds like crying, but a tear is never shed? And you can see on the video, she doesn't wipe a tear. She does not have a tissue. She does not shed a tear. Her eyes are not red. It's not speculation that she was not crying. She absolutely was not crying.
Okay. So what were your thoughts then? You're front row watching this eulogy. What's going through your mind?
I mean, it was one of the weirdest things that I have ever witnessed. My mom spoke at the funeral. Jamie's oldest son spoke at the funeral. One of their good friends spoke at the funeral. There was tears everywhere. Everybody couldn't get through their speech, needed someone. My mom needed her friend up there with her just to get it through it. And I think it's weird that Sarah, after losing her mom, got up there in her dress and did this big long speech and didn't ever shed a tear, didn't ever stop to gather herself. I think it was very weird.
So were you suspicious at that moment?
We had all kind of, talked about it here and there, after the murders. The funeral wasn't right away. So, we had talked and everything, but at the funeral, that was kind of a big, wow. And then after the funerals, they were together. Their funerals were together. And so then afterwards there was going to be like a lunch for everybody to eat and everything. And when she came around to start saying that she was sorry to people, I had brought my best friend with me that was close with Jamie, and we left. We didn't even say bye to anybody because I was like, I cannot allow her to say that to me. I just watched her do it to my mom, and I'm not going to allow her to do that to me.
Yeah. Since the arrest, have you gone back and revisited some of the TikToks and the eulogy, like since she's been charged with these murders? Or do you avoid that?
You know, if it comes up, you know, I might, but I don't really need to. I was watching them in real time. I mean, I saw it in real time. She was not shy about what she posted, and she was not shy about talking to my mom and my mom's best friend, who were both relentless in posting and trying to find who did this. She had no problem talking. She had no problem. Anything that she said in those TikToks, I assure you that she was blabbering to everybody that would listen.
Red flag to you.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And again, not reposting your mother's efforts, not really asking for much help, just sort of seeking, would you say sympathy? That's what I see.
You know, of course, I don't know what she was thinking, but to me, it was, I mean, it's weird either way, whatever it was, sympathy, trying to make people look elsewhere because she's a sad person that lost her mom. And she absolutely, you know, she lost her mom. She deserves to be sad. But the weird TikTok just kept getting more weird. So, I mean, what are you supposed to, it's very, I don't know what to say about it. I mean, I guess it's left up to people's imagination what she was trying to do.
Investigators say there's a mountain of evidence, and we haven't seen it all. The public hasn't seen all the evidence. I won't ask you if you know more, but do you know about more evidence than the public knows?
Some, yes. But I would not doubt for a second that they have mountains of evidence, because I know of hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of correspondence between my mom and the investigators. And that's just my mom, you know, given information, leads to follow, things to look at. That doesn't even account for all the people that, you know, did reply to my mom while she was, you know, posting and looking, that would say, hey, I know this. Should I tell you?
Probably sheds light also on what was going on.
On Sarah's mom's phone and
Yeah, and the
stepdad.
stepdad, like looking at everybody's
yeah.
phones, they're gonna figure out what was going on.
Oh yeah, they're gonna trace all that for sure. You know, there's gonna be mountains of evidence. Probably, like I said, all digital.
Yep, because she could not stay off social media, for one.
No.
I can only imagine what her messages are like.
Well, you've seen a snippet of it.
Yep.
She's not that sweet, innocent girl.
No, she's no Pippi.
Nope. No, she is not.
Investigators, absolutely, because we don't know what it is. We don't know what little thing could help them. So 5 months seems like a long time, but the amount of stuff that I'm sure that they have doesn't even, they really worked hard on the case. And I know that they were working every single day, because they would tell my
5
mom, and
months.
update my mom.
It took of gathering.
I know you mentioned that you have your own motive, but you don't want
everything.
to talk about it. Understandably, respectfully,
I'm sure
I get that.
there's tons of
Can
stuff.
you share whether or not you think there might be another arrest made?
I can say that it wouldn't surprise me.
That's fair. What else did you want to say? I want to make sure your voice is heard. I know, like I said, you're not just speaking for yourself, but for the whole side of your family, for James, James and Kristen, but you are related to James. What else do you feel like it's important to share?
You know, just because I am speaking for Jamie's family, we, are absolutely devastated that, about Kristen too. This isn't, one or the other. Jaylee is our family, and she lost both of her parents, not just Jamie. She lost both of her parents, Kristen has another child that's not Sarah. He lost his mom. Jamie has 4 other kids, 3 grown, 1 not, and Jaylee. So all of them, they lost their dad. And I think that people need to be really cautious about what they say, because you don't know, and digging up stuff from some of this stuff I'm not even sure where people get it from. I'm like, yeah, I knew them. I talk to them all the time. I'm friends with them on social media. Like, where in the world did you even get this? But they have children watching, grown children. Jamie has grandchildren. This is stuff that they're going to see. And, it may turn out that none of that's true. So why put that out to be out there forever, and Jaylee already is, going to have it hard enough. This is forever for her. She is this child that this happened to. And so the other stuff really is, not necessary until we know more. And I'm confident that there's a lot more to know.
Yeah. It must be heartbreaking to see family members talk so probably just common, just hearing us discuss your family and your loved ones on
Right.
YouTube and on social media. And you're right, this will last forever for them.
And it's kind of
this is
important
real.
for us to, say something publicly because we can't put out every fire. His kids are saying stuff to people. Don't say this about my dad. My mom's saying, don't say this about brother. But there's, 1,000 fires and only a few of us. So, if you can put all the fires out at once, maybe, just say like, this is, I guess some of the things that I've said have, cleared up some of the answers, maybe, especially the big one that I keep seeing is the mental health. Something had to have been, she had to have been in all of these mental hospitals and medicine and stuff. And, her grandfather came out publicly and said no. And
No,
that's her grandfather. So
you don't know.
he's
Yeah.
obviously going to know more than I do. So we'll take his word for it. We would tend to agree that that's the case. We never heard any different. Jamie did say, what I said he said about her, about you don't know her. Never anything about any kind of mental illness or anything.
As Hidden True Crime dug into who James was in his life so we could allow our listeners to get to know him better, one thing was very clear, that he overcame a lot in his life, and he was a fighter, and he was resilient, and he was working really hard, and he was a good dad. Is there anything else you'd like us to know about your Uncle James?
And this goes for him and Kristen both. They, they never met a stranger. They were talkers. They were jokers. My mom we were just saying the other night, I was over at her house that, they would come and get Jaylee or something, and Kristen would just be talking. And then they would go to leave and she'd start talking again, and Jamie would be behind her like, oh God, we're never going to go home, And so, I want to make it clear that she, I didn't see them as much as my mom, but they were super close to my mom, both of them, and so, their lives pretty much revolved around all of these kids. Everybody keeps saying, oh my God, they had so many kids. They did, but that's what it revolved around. 3 of them lived there, that the other ones were always around. His 12-year-old is actually at my mom's house right now. So, all of these kids were very loved and taken care of,
I can't imagine what they're going through. And thank you for reminding us that there are so many children whose lives have been affected by this. Is there anything else you want to say today on behalf of your family? And if you want to look at your notes, you can. But I want you to feel heard today.
I think we covered it all. I think that's it, unless you have something.
No, I think that's it. I think some of the deeper questions we all have will play themselves out and be answered soon. Motive,
Absolutely.
possible other arrests. We respect and understand that you're protecting this investigation, and I think that much of our curiosity will have to wait. But I want you to know that, we feel for your family and your loss, and if we can help in any way, we want to continue following this story for you. And we're so sorry that true crime is affected and come into your family's life.
Yes, thank you.
You're
And
welcome.
thanks for letting me talk here.
Absolutely. Absolutely. May justice be served.
Her mom has got to know a lot of what was going on in the house if they were that close,
I would think so.
Yeah, I'm sure she's got tons of information that we just don't know about yet.
Yeah, we got to see if we can dig through any of that and find out. For sure. I am gonna have to kind of cut this short though, because it's
Well, we've been on
back
here
in
for 2
the
hours. Not too short.
yeah. But I'm getting a little fatigued sitting up. It's a little painful.
Yeah, I think
Um,
we've gone over everything anyway for the show today.
she has, so a reminder, she has an arraignment hearing on the 22nd, which I'd like to stream
Yeah, that'd
if
be
we
cool.
can. I'll have to look. I don't see why we wouldn't be able to. That they streamed the bond. This judge seems pretty straightforward, so I think he might probably allow the arraignment hearing. I'll have to look into it. But other than that, yeah, I mean, there's not going to be a whole lot unless something like earth-shattering happens.
Right.
I mean, I'll look into see if there's documents that might be relevant that we can discuss, and anything about her, if there's anything, if at all, in regards to her mental health. I highly doubt it, but I'm willing to bet, like you said, I think everything's going to come out in court.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to find
Even
out much more until then.
yeah, and it's like she did not waive her right to a speedy trial, so her trial is set for January of 2026 so far. But on that, Triple L and I were discussing the next one to cover. In the meantime, is going to be possibly Courtney Clenny. I know that there's some updates with Austin Drummond, that he had what did he have yesterday? He had
I can't remember what it was called.
well, he had a hearing yesterday. Nothing too new. I mean, there was a couple people like law enforcement that went up on the stand, gave a little
Preliminary.
bit preliminary hearing.
I didn't even finish watching it yesterday, so I wasn't real sure whatever happened.
I watched on Defense Diaries this morning. I watched about half of it. I'm gonna finish it. I really like them.
Yeah.
They're fun to watch. But they're covering this case too. So, but Courtney Clenny has a trial date set for so far of December 2nd or December 1st of this year. I think it's been pushed back a number of times. Courtney Clenny is the one that she is the OnlyFans model that is accused of the murder of her boyfriend back in 2022. Something like that.
Probably, yeah. It seems like it was just yesterday, but I know it's not.
Yeah, it's been
I'll look.
it's been actually kind of a wild one. There's going to be a lot for her. So we are gathering information and probably do our next live on Courtney here in the next couple of days.
Probably a lot more stuff on her than we'll be able to cover.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, do you have anything you need to add there?
No. Nope, not
I
yet.
think we pretty much got it. We'll pop on if something happens.
Yeah.
Who knows, right?
Right.
Oh my goodness, I'm ready for a nap. I'm telling you.
Well, thanks for having me on here.
All right. We'll see you on the next one.
All right. Bye.
Bye.